Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Leadership, a trait or a group of traits that seems to be more and more coveted as time goes on, especially these days while everything's so chaotic. And for whatever reason, a lot of people, especially recently or in past times, have been coming to me in order to exercise these traits for them or in society. Now, I have no idea why, because I've never considered myself a leader. In my view, a leader has always been somebody who is boisterous, controlling, and loudmouthed. Why do I think this? It's because those have been the most successful, at least in my life. Various directors on stage, a few coaches, teachers, or just people in general that seem to have a lot of folk networking and constantly just trying to get a piece of them. These are the people that society and that I have by default have seen as leaders. However, in my opinion, a leader, a true leader, is someone who is the exact opposite. Someone who brings out the best in people, someone that creates an area for people to come and be the best selves that they can be because they seek out an area where they can grow. Not someone that leads others down a pathway that they don't necessarily have a reason to go to. But that's just in my opinion. Interestingly enough, as I took all these quizzes on Toastmasters in order to determine what exactly my leadership style is, the results of which fairly reflect my ideology on what a true leader is, giving me not one, but two different leadership styles, both tied for my most prominent: democratic and pace setting. Now, democratic leadership relies on consensus-driven decision-making, where everybody everywhere has, in the entire group, has the ability to have a say in what goes on within the group, or what the group does. I've had many of decisions like this, where I say a plan that I believe that the decision should be, or what action the group should take. And I always end with, okay, questions, comments, concern about the plan? Does everybody have a different plan or a better plan? I think this way because I know I don't know everything. I know that things could always be improved upon. I would like to hear what other people might have because I don't have every experience under the sun. It's a way for me to learn as well and grow and learn about different ways of doing things. In clubs I've done this, in soccer groups I've done this, and even when I was a junior producer at the Museum of Natural Sciences, I've done this. For instance, I said that and one of the other students basically said, well, we could shoot it the way that you did, or we could shoot it from the rooftop so that we could have a much broader scene. And that scene was fairly dynamic and something that I would have never thought of before. So that's why I like to do things in that particular manner. In this case, democratically. Now, pace setting, that is something that's more of a personality trait rather than, I believe, me actively doing leadership. Pace setting is leading by example. I do something because I want to do it. This is what I believe should be done. From a personality perspective, I'm one of those people that goes to the movies by themselves and be perfectly happy. And then return to the friend group after being asked where I was, I would answer, I went to the movies. And they would reply, well, why didn't you take us with you? Because it was a movie that I wanted to see. I didn't really care for the consensus. I didn't really care for having other people necessarily with me. Didn't need them to be with me. I went out to see and do something that I personally wanted to do. And through my own actions, I guess I encourage others to be their own person in order to do things that they want to do for the sake of them wanting to do something. It's a way that I am, just in the grand scheme of things. Now, what I would like to be as far as a leader is concerned is someone that is respected. I have no idea how to gain this respect. I guess through listening to people and not being afraid to live one's own life, or doing what one believes is to be right as a way of doing so. But I have no idea if I'm really doing the right way or not. I look forward to seeing what other opportunities I get, on this journey of life in order to show what kind of leadership that I am capable of. And until then, I'll speak to you all later. Mr. Toastmaster.